Hi, this is Ginger. I think that is a lovely thing that you're doing. Um, really lovely. And your shadows aren't bad on this shirt at all. If you look at hers, we're just going to look at hers real quick. We're going to look at hers. Come over this way. Let's see if I can do that. Get my arrows over, like right over in here. Um, yours are a little strong. In other words, this line is too dark here, and this line is too dark here. It really needs to be. You've got the right idea, but you need to have less lines. Okay, his shirt is fine, and nice job on the blue jeans. I'm thinking this pocket is too low. I think his butt's coming across here. I think I'd raise that pocket up. Just have your husband put on a pair of blue jeans and walk, and you'll see what I mean. I think that pocket's too high. Okay, but boy, she's young, isn't she? I can tell from the back of this is a young couple. Okay, so this is really nice. Okay, so what you need to do here is what we need to do here is lighten up the road. In other words, we've got this nice. Let me just take it over to snag it real quick and show you. If we come over here and do a black and white of it, you see what's beautiful about this is this light path right here in the photo, and you don't have that. Okay, so what we need to do if we want the eye to go to them and not up here to these tree branches is we need to come back over here and lighten this path. So I would probably take, let's get some square chalk, just probably take a light color like this, right? Don't worry about the shadows yet, okay? Don't worry about the shadows. Just come back and repaint this, okay? Repaint this lighter, okay? Seriously repaint this light walkway. And look what happens when I put the light next to them now, okay? I want you to see what that would do. Let me just make this brush a little bigger. Okay, so I'm just going to lighten this up. You can go back and put the shadows over it, okay, and almost in a glazing fashion with a little glaze and the light color, okay. But if you lighten this up in here, and then as you come back this way, add some more raw umber to this glaze, okay. So I know you've got some good shadows, and you're gonna kill me because I want you to lighten this all up, okay? But there's a reason for it, okay? Let me see if I can't blend some of this out here. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Palette knife, I want to blend it. Blend, diffuser. Okay, I want to blend it out here. So you want it lighter, lighter in this area, okay? But not as light as that front area, okay? So what you're going to do is when you go to put your shadows in, which should really sort of be in the blue tones, maybe blue purple tones instead of the brown tones. For here, I would do that. Okay, so let's just do this for a minute. Let's blend this out. Okay, like that. Okay, and I want you to see what a difference that makes. And I would warm this up a bit. In other words, let's come back up here to chalk. This may have to be done in layers, but let's come back up here to chalk. And I'm tempted to warm this whole color up a bit with have a little bit more yellow oxide in it. Maybe I don't want it that. Let's see, more, what do I want? Maybe this color. Okay, that's a little bright. Let's see, we want something in between. No, maybe like this. No, something on the warmer side. Yeah, maybe something like this, where it's just a bit warmer. And then let me just get rid of this, because it's in my way. How do I get rid of that? I just stick it down here somewhere. Okay, you're just not going to do that. Will you go away this way if I push you? Go away. All right. So, all right, let me just come back. Do you see how I want a little bit of light behind this tree here like this to make the road like it's still going? Right now, it looks a little hopeless. All these tangled things. What this says to me, if I was looking at this, is I'm in this mess and everything's tangled. So what I want to have is some hope, right? I want to say that maybe it's darker down here on this path, but I want to have some hope here. And that's what would work for me, is a little bit more hope than I've got right now, since the doctor just told me that, that my cancer is terminal. Okay, so for me, what I want to see, if I was looking at this and this was my picture, I would want to, uh, I'd want to feel like I had hope. Does that make sense? And one of the ways you can do that, I would bring this, even the road out a little more than you've got it. Come over here like this, bring it out this far. There, let's just make this road a little wider. Okay. And okay, something like this, and then I'll blend all that out. I want you to see it. So it's a little bit, there's some warmth in here, some warmth, but the real warmth is back up here where we get the curve, right? So that way we've got chalk, we've got, okay, so I'm going to say now that I've got my shadow running back here. Let's see, I want it more opaque. Let's see, I've got, let's do it about like that. Okay, here's my shadows running this way from here. In other words, this is where life is taking us. This is where we were. But now we've got somewhere to go. Does that make sense? We've got we've got somewhere to go here. And maybe I have a little tiny bit, and not as dark as that either. Opacity about like this. I have a little tiny bit of a shadow coming across the road here. I wouldn't do too, even though it would be technically be there, I wouldn't do too many of these, because what I want to say is there's hope, okay? So if I put a shadow across there, even though it's in the photo, right? Now, but that's not what we're saying. And I think that we don't want a shadow there. We can have some shadows coming up this way and like this, and that these were all the dark shadows, kind of scary stuff behind us. But now we're going into hope. So this is where, as an artist, you want to change stuff. Now see this real dark tree here? We don't want it that dark. We want it, we want this tree lighter. This is too dark a tree. Let's see, that's not going to work. I want this tree a lot lighter here. Okay. As the time goes back here, I don't want this big dark tree here, even though it's in the photo, right? I mean, this is where all the dark is, here, back in here where they are, but they're going toward hope. So you want to, if you're going to do a little bit of shadow, you got to be very careful how you do the shadows, but you want the hope. Now, you want to have some light coming down here. Light kind of says she went to heaven. I don't know if I would start putting light rays in here. I think instead, I would do some little light areas in the grass. Maybe have some, you know what I mean? Here's my patch of light coming this way. I still like a little bit of light on this road here, like that. So I want to imply the light that she's going that way, right, like that. And I think I would leave it like that. So anyway, those are my thoughts on it. I think it's a beautiful painting. This tree, even this tree feels a little dark to me right by his head. See how it's coming right out of his head? I'm just going to glaze some light over some of these trees here. Look here. Just don't want to talk about these trees that much. I know that it's in the photo. Okay. Don't like that right there. So anyway, don't like that. So keep the light up this way. Keep the light up this way. See? So your eyes do that and just kind of play this down. And this is the journey they've come from. This is where they've come. And this is where they're going. And, and it's going to get better. I don't care what the doctor said. We know it's going to get better. We're just going to follow that light around like that. So anyway, that's my thought on this painting. Lovely idea. And I hope that this was helpful.